Hi guys, thank you for joining us. This is Christina Garnett, the Marketing Director of the Roanoke Regional Small Business Development Center. And for today's FAQ, we have two very special guests. We have Eddie and Nate from the Department of Labor, and they are here to discuss some of the many services that they have to offer business owners in our area. So, Eddie and Nate, thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about the goal of your department?
Yeah, so what we do is we look at occupational safety and health just within our region, but the department is a state overall. The way our department operates is we're kind of like the state plan OSHA. However, there's two sides. There's kind of a dark side, which is the enforcement side that everyone knows about. They'll come in, they'll fine you, and they'll do all the kind of court stuff. And then there's the Jedi side that I like to call it. It's the good side. We wear the white hats. And what we do is we work with small businesses to help them ensure that they have plans in place. They've had their hazard assessments taken care of. Training's been accomplished. And we help small businesses get to that point where they are compliant with OSHA regulations. And we help them get there. The caveat to using us is that we are free. We're confidential. We don't talk to enforcement. We don't fine you. There's no penalties. Anything that happens is between you and us, and we're solely funded just to help small business.
That's great. So when you're talking about kind of the Jedi side of the Department of Labor, can you go into a little bit more specifics as to those specific services that you do offer? Like when you go into a building, what do you do?
You want to take it?
Yeah. So for us with consultation, or the Jedi side, when we're called in or asked to come visit, we come in to look at your programs, your safety programs mainly, and to do a site visit to see if you're up to the standards or not, and to help you build those standards to meet the minimum. Keep the dark side out. Plus keep your employees safe, keep you producing, making money out there. But there's many aspects that we'll look at. We can help you build your programs. We can give you sample programs, as well as providing air and noise monitoring, which is free, which can be quite expensive out there as well, especially for the small business. As Eddie said, it's all funded for small businesses through grant money. We also provide specialized training. They can be geared towards that one employer, or we can do a basic hit-all types of industry type training as well.
That's awesome. So for a novice, for someone who doesn't understand or doesn't work with this regularly, why would you say that OSHA is important? Why is it important to have these things ready and up to code?
Okay, so a lot of people look at OSHA as just a regulatory kind of agency. And while it's important to know kind of why OSHA is there, and that's the reason why it's important. When OSHA was first started in 1970, the OSHA Act it was passed in 1970 and went into effect in 1971. At that point, we were having almost 14,000 workplace-related deaths every year. That ends up being about 34 deaths every single day.
Wow.
We've taken that down to just over 4,400 a year, which put into kind of into kind of terms that people understand. More people are dying in workplace-related injuries right now than U.S. service members died in Iraq during the entire war, and that's something that we're very, very passionate about lowering that down, and that's kind of what OSHA's mission is, and that's why OSHA is so important to our country.
Great. So for any of the small business owners that are watching, do you have any specific tips for them that they can go ahead and start doing in order to make their workplace safer for themselves and for their employees?
Yeah, so there are a lot of opportunities that a lot of avenues business owners have to ensure that they're compliant with OSHA directives. And not just that, but to protect their workforce. Most of your employees, they have a family at home, they have wives, they have kids, they have husbands, grandparents, and they want to see them at the end of the day. And that's kind of all of our goals, is for the businesses to make money and for the employees to make sure they go home and see their family at the end of the day. That being said, there are several avenues that employers can take, even just going to OSHA.gov. And then in a search menu, you can type in basically any topic you want to, and there will be hundreds of different tools, blogs, all kinds of like that, training events, webinars. Most insurance companies have some form of safety and health training. And then you have what Nate and myself do, which is the Department of Labor consultation side, which is solely there to help. So I would highly recommend, especially for small business owners who may not have that, the multi-million-dollar budget that Boeing has, to take advantage of the free opportunities that are out there that can help get you to where you need to be in order to meet, the OSHA regulatory guidelines.
So what would you say to a business owner who is skeptical, who's scared of letting you come into their business? They're terrified. They're like, yeah, you say you're Jedi, you're the white hat, you're the good side, but what do you say to that person that's terrified that you're going to find issues and then they're going to wind up getting fined?
Okay, so that's actually the best part about using us, is we are not funded with enforcement. We don't work with enforcement. They're not paid out of the same fund. We don't communicate with them. Everything we do is completely confidential between you as the business owner and us. We're there solely to help you. We don't fine. We don't send any penalties. There's no citations. We don't. I've done over 160 inspections, and I have yet to collect a dime from any of the companies that I've inspected. Mm-hmm. And better yet, we kind of put it in terms. Nate and myself recently went to a small company. It's actually a nonprofit organization, and they're not making a lot. Mm-hmm. I found 6 hazards there. If enforcement had found those same 6 hazards, if they had fined them the minimum amount, it would have been a $4,800 fine.
Wow.
A lot of businesses, I know that's a lot of money to anybody.
Yeah, it can close the doors for some
Absolutely.
of our clients.
Exactly.
We helped them that same day before we left. Mm-hmm. They had every hazard that I identified fixed, and they didn't spend a penny on fixing it. And that's kind of how we can help out. Mm-hmm. That's one out of 160 examples.
Wow, that's great.
For everything that we find, we'll have a solution for them, or be able to help them find that solution. Mm-hmm. It's going to be cost beneficial towards them as well.
Great. Oh, that's awesome. So, if I'm an owner and I am interested in learning more, how do I contact you? Do you have a website? Do you have a phone number? How do we contact you?
So you can call us at 540-562-3580. Nate's at extension 118, and I'm extension 125. You can also check out our webpage, and that's doli.virginia spelled out .gov. On the left-hand side, it'll say request a consultation. Click on that. There'll be a little form. You fill that out, and it'll get submitted to us, and we will give you a call. And you are the one that tells us when to be there, what time, what date, and everything kind of revolves around what you, the business owner, wants.
Great. That's fantastic. So thank you guys so much for coming and giving our audience a little bit more information about how you can help.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching us today. We will be back next week, Thursday at 2 p.m. for our FAQ series. And once again, have a great day, Roanoke. Bye.
Bye.